What if Metallica's A Wolf and Man isn't about a werewolf transformation, but a reflection of the primal instinct we all share? Join me as we unleash the song's dark themes and explore the animalistic inspiration behind one of their fiercest tracks, diving into the band's evolution and the iconic guitar work that captures its raw edge. Fresh off all the success for Injustice for All, Metallica took an uncharacteristic pause to rethink their approach for their fifth album. After the intense, complex arrangements for Justice, they were ready for something new. Shorter, harder-hitting songs. This shift in direction would help launch them into global stardom. A Wolf and Man captures that raw philosophy, stripping back the complex for a primal, powerful sound that feels untamed. James and Lars began laying down ideas in Lars's California home, creating the earliest demo of A Wolf and Man on August 30th, 1990. By then, they had nailed down much of the instrumental groundwork. When they brought the track to Bob Rock, he pushed them to refine the bridge section for maximum impact, and they would begin working in the studio in October of 1990. Though the Black Album marked a shift in Metallica's sound, James Hetfield stayed true to his core setup. His go-to Mesa Boogie Mark IIc Plus and Mark IIc++ continued to form the backbone of his tone, and he paired that with his signature white ESP MX220 and the tried-and-true Aphex EQ F2. One notable addition to the sound was Marshall cabs loaded with V30 speakers, a subtle change that gave the guitars a sharper edge. Producer Bob Rock then shaped this tone to fit perfectly in the mix, keeping the guitars massive but giving the bass a voice. So for my setup, I'm using my GC 1.6 TBR. It has Duncan Solar pickups, and I'll be using the Neural DSP Mesa Boogie Mark IIc+. And with that, I have two Marshall V30 IRs. So now for the tone, I started with the Metal Up Your preset again. I tweaked the settings to match the signature Black Album tone, dialing in just the right balance of heaviness and clarity. This one has a little bit more mid-punch, because they wanted the bass and the drums a little bit better. So the song's main riff is in E minor. It serves as a foundation for the song and has 7 variations, and it keeps it fresh yet grounded, perfectly capturing the raw aggression of the lyrics. The riff is relentless, evolving just enough to stay fresh without straying too far. And this is what Bob and James had intended with it. The intro is where things get a little tricky. One guitar pounds out the E chord, and to do that you really need a steady hand because it's pretty on beat. While the other guitarist plays a climbing chromatic riff. Which is also kind of tricky because the timing's a little bit off, I think, from the E chord, so that also requires a very steady rhythm hand as well. So my favorite part of the song is the chorus. It's a evolution of the main riff, but it's a little more stripped down, a little more heavy and aggressive, and it also uses the Metallica key change that they do a lot. They go from an E to an F, and it's kind of like their signature move. The lyrics are arguably the most complex part of the song. On the surface, it's about a man transforming into a wolf, a concept that even Bob Rock initially found silly. He reportedly said, "At first, I thought it was ridiculous to write about a wolf. I was like, great, a song about a wolf? Might as well write about pyramids." But these lyrics go deeper than they first appear. For this album, James Hetfield was exploring more introspective themes than their previous works. While he had touched on personal struggles before, for this album he was going for a different approach. This song leans more into the primal side of human nature, with themes that hint at a desire to return something more wild and unrestrained. As Mick Wall notes in his book Enter Night, this track may reflect James's deep love for nature, including hunting and the outdoors, a passion that he was leaning into during this era as Metallica's fame grew and the limelight was increasingly getting brighter, and as his personal life was getting more complicated. There's a raw, animalistic yearning here, almost like an escape from the pressures of fame and modern life. Hetfield was so immersed in nature and the spirit that the song embodied that he had ESP make him a custom with man-to-wolf inlays. This was a visual tribute that drives the track. Personally, I connected the song less for its lyrics and more for its energy and groove. It's simple and yet undeniably catchy, with riffs that carry a rough, unfiltered power. James Hetfield has a way with crafting straightforward riffs that still sound amazing, and that's on full display here. Some fans speculate that this song is based on the movie Wolfen, or that it has something to do with James's alcohol addiction, but for me this song stands out because it's one of the album's heaviest and catchiest, an underrated gem due to the perceived cheesiness of its theme. Of course, this song, along with the Black Album, has earned every accolade imaginable. 16 times platinum in the United States, a historic run in the Billboard 200, and millions of global sales. First performed on December 7th, 1991, in Chicago, Illinois, Of Wolf and Man has since been played 263 times, making it the 6th most performed song from the album. It has been immortalized in Live Shit, Binge and Purge and S&M, cementing its place in Metallica's legacy. Though often overshadowed by the bigger hits on the album, Of Wolf and Man is one of its bests. It's catchy, heavy, and raw. One of the most memorable parts live is when Jason gets on the mic and howls during the bridge section, and although it's a little cheesy, I think it's really fun for the fans live. And if you're one of the people that has overlooked the song, I think you should give it a second chance. So, if you enjoyed this video, I think you should check out this one right here. I looked at Metallica's Wherever in My Room from this album. I broke down the history of the song, made a guitar tone, broke down the song's instrumentals, and did an entire cover of the song. So if you enjoyed this one, I think you might enjoy that one. If you stuck around this long, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace!